Okay, looks like we're live. Morning everybody. Welcome to this hour-long yoga practice. I can hear myself on my phone. Hopefully there won't be many more technical hiccups. Yes, we're going to do an hour-long Hatha practice this morning. It's going to be suitable for all levels, so don't worry if you're a bit of an inexperienced yogi. You should be absolutely fine. We're not going to necessarily need any props for this practice this morning, so don't worry if you don't have any fancy yoga equipment. But what I would say is use a yoga mat, and if you don't have a yoga mat, then perhaps use a towel, or at least have a cushion or a pillow, something you can pop underneath your bottom, pop underneath your knees, so that you're not sitting or kneeling flat on the floor ever through this practice. Okay, so we are going to begin this morning in a comfortable seated position. So when you're ready, just starting to make your way there. So you may wish to have the legs crossed, but if that doesn't feel comfortable in your body, then please feel free to extend them out in front, or maybe even to sit on the heels if that feels better. And just take a moment to rest your hands down on your thighs. So allowing the eyes to gently close, and just starting to check in with where you're at this morning. So perhaps just scanning through the body and noticing if there are any physical sensations, maybe tightness or tension creeping in today. And if you're practicing this early in the morning, it might be that you're feeling a little bit creaky or achy from your sleep. So just making a mental note if there are any spaces that are feeling a little bit tender. And then starting to notice more of the subtle aspects of your well-being this morning. So tuning into your energy levels and perhaps noticing whether the mind is running quite wild this morning, thoughts are passing quickly through. Notice the quality and the pace of your natural breath. And maybe even tuning into the beat of your heart as well. And as we take this internal gaze, as much as possible, try to avoid judging yourself, criticising yourself for the way that you're feeling this morning. And simply start to grow more aware. And it's from this point that we're able to practice authentically. So if you are noticing that you're not feeling 100% today, then please be aware of this, particularly as you move through your practice. An asana pose is supposed to be steady and comfortable. So if at any point during our practice today you feel as though something is painful, something is uncomfortable, and most importantly you lose your deep breath in that posture, then please amend the posture to make it feel comfortable and steady in your body once more. So really trying to separate from what the posture looks like aesthetically and connect more with how it feels inside your body. So we're always moving from this space of being in the feeling body to being in, or from being in the thinking mind to being in the feeling body, I should say. just starting to draw the awareness solely onto your breath now. And allowing that breath to move in and out through the nose so long as there are no blockages there this morning. And breath by breath, just starting to take your inhales a little deeper and lengthen your exhales a little further. Until you get to the point where you feel as though you're breathing at your fullest capacity. So every time you inhale, you start to feel the breath moving all the way down to the base of the belly, and you feel this expansion in the belly and across the rib cage, like you were trying to lift the breath up to the crown of the head. And with every breath out, you're gently drawing belly button back toward the spine, and you're feeling the lungs empty, you're feeling the rib cage retract into the centre line. So keep that going, nice, long, deep breaths in, followed by slow and extended exhalations. And if you are somebody who works with Ujjayi breath in their practice naturally, then please feel free to come into that breath now. As this is an all levels practice, I'll give a little bit of talk through what Ujjayi breath is, and I'll teach you how to do it if you're not sure. So Ujjayi breath means victorious breath, and this is one which is slightly louder than our normal breath. And the reason is that when we start to work with Ujjayi breath, we're beginning to create a little bit of heat in the body, but we're also breathing slightly louder so that we can actually hear the breath. And this is very important because as we start to move through the practice, naturally the mind will start to wander elsewhere. And we want a way in which we can bring ourselves back into our body and bring ourselves back into the room. So let's start breathing in this way together, and we'll start with the lips open. So it's a almost as though you were trying to fog up a mirror with your breath. So you're restricting the back of the throat, you're making that space for the breath to pass through slightly smaller, which in turn lengthens the breath and also gives it this sound. So just try for 3 rounds on your own. And after those 3 rounds, closing the lips, keeping that restriction in the back of the throat as you breathe. Notice how it sounds to you. So maybe sounding a little bit like wind through the trees, or a little bit like a Darth Vader breath. Take a couple more moments here connecting to this breath, and perhaps even pausing and just setting an intention for your practice today. So it could be that you want to dedicate your energies to somebody or something that you love, or perhaps today you need to dedicate this practice and this energy to yourself. So just see what comes up in the mind naturally. Pause there with the eyes closed and with you just observing that intention and breathing into it. then gently beginning to flicker open your eyes. So let's keep that deeply dry breath going now. We're going to stretch our right leg out and keep the heel of the left foot towards the pubic bone. So try not to have this right leg straight out in front of you, take it out at a slight angle, and we're going to move into neck release this morning. So placing the palm of the right hand down to the floor beside you and breathing in to stretch the left arm alongside the ear. So as you inhale, stretch up into left fingertips. As you exhale, softening into the right elbow as you start to take a little side stretch from here. Make sure that you can still hear your breath. And perhaps as you breathe in, there's a sense of grounding down through the left sit bone. And as you exhale, there's a sense of stretching up and over through the left arm. Good. Now let's relax the neck. So bringing the left arm out to the side and roughly lining the palm up with the shoulder. Roll the left shoulder back slightly to create more space and press through the centre of the palm. And from here, relaxing the right ear to right shoulder so the neck is completely soft and the head is heavy. So let's start to just play around with the placement of our chin. So turning the chin down toward the right shoulder to begin. And then lifting the chin up, turning it around in a circle. Move really, really slowly here. And what you want to do is just see, can you spot perhaps a little sweet spot in the side of the neck, which is feeling a little bit tight, a little bit tense, and that needs a little bit of extra breath or attention. So moving into one of those sweet spots, holding it there, and breathing as deeply as you can. One more nice big breath. And gently bringing the right hand onto the side of the head, just to bring it back upwards to the centre line. Good. Let's move into a twist from here. So the right hand comes onto the left thigh, and the fingertips of the left hand come to the floor behind you. Inhale, lengthen up through the spine, and then exhale, start to twist and turn through your body. So each time you inhale, there's a sense of lengthening up as tall as you can. And each time you exhale, you're softening into the shoulders and the belly and starting to turn through the torso. One more big breath in to lengthen. One more big breath out to twist. And gently starting to make your way back to centre. Well done. Let's come straight into the second side. So right heel comes in, left leg stretches out. Again, make sure that left leg doesn't point straight ahead. You want it to be at a slight angle here. Placing left hand down to the mat beside you, inhale, right arm alongside the ear. Have the palm of your right hand facing down to the floor to encourage a little wrapping through the shoulder. So as you breathe in, there's a sense of pressing down through the right sit bone. As you breathe out, you're stretching up and over through the right fingertips, and softening into the left elbow to give you a little more space to open up through your side body. So breathing all the way into the space just above the right hip. Maybe you're feeling a little bit of a stretch here. Good. Coming into our neck release, so bringing the right arm alongside you, palm roughly lining up with the shoulder, rolling right shoulder back and then pressing through the centre of the palm. Allowing the left ear to move to left shoulder, the head to be completely heavy, and just pausing here, having a couple of big breaths. If you did so on the first side and it feels good, maybe you're turning the chin in the direction of the left shoulder. Maybe you're just drawing a little circle with your chin really, really slowly, just a little adventure of exploration. Finding out what's going on in the neck today. Where are you feeling tension and tightness? Could you maybe return to that spot and just breathe into it? So using your deep, your transformative breath to break down anything that's going on in that space. 2 more really good breaths here. Good. Bringing your left hand onto the side of your head, taking it back up onto the centre line. Right hand comes to the mat behind you, left hand comes onto the right thigh. So big inhale, lengthen up through the central column of the body, and then as you exhale, starting to twist and turn through the torso. Try to ensure that the hand behind you is fairly close towards your seat so that you're really lifting up tall here. If the hand is too far away, you'll find yourself leaning back. And check out where it's possible to soften in this posture. So your shoulders are relaxed, your belly is soft. And you're using every exhale to soften a little bit more and to find some more space to move into. Well done. Breathe in, come all the way back to the centre. And if you're sitting on anything, just move it over to one side for a moment. Take the soles of your feet flat to the floor, reach your fingertips forwards and we'll roll down onto our backward control. So drawing belly button to spine and then slowly starting to come all the way down onto your back. And I'm just going to spin myself around so that you can see. So we're going to do a little bit of ab work this morning. And we're going to do some elbow to knee. So what I'd like you to do is just simply float the heels away from the floor, and if possible stack your knees directly over top of the hips. And as we move through this today, you'll find that your knees want to do this, creeping into the chest, but I want you to try and keep this right angle in the legs if at all possible. Feet are active, so don't just have them floppy. Maybe you're spreading through the toes or just flexing through the feet so that they're switched on. Interlace your hands, pop them around the back of your head, so you're cradling the back of the skull, elbows point directly up toward the ceiling. Take a deep breath down into your low belly. Feel the low back press into the floor. Exhale, elbows to right knee, straighten your left leg out in front. So it's about half of the way down, 45 degrees. Inhale, bend the left knee. Come back to centre, press low back into the floor. Exhale, elbows to left knee, straighten the right leg out in front of you. Good. Drawing your low belly down. Inhale, bend the right knee. Come back to centre, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to right knee, straighten left leg. Draw low belly down, squeezing it in. Inhale, come back to centre. Hold the breath, press low back to floor. Exhale, elbows to left knee, straighten right leg. Good. Squeeze low belly down. Now lift up through the backs of the shoulders. Good. Inhale, back to centre. Hold the breath, curl up the tailbone, exhale, elbows to right knee, left leg straightens, draw low belly down, lift up through the backs of the shoulders. Good. Inhale, come back to centre. Hold the breath, curl up the tailbone, exhale, elbows to left knee, straighten right leg. Good. Squeezing low belly down, lifting up through the elbows. One more to each side. Inhale, back to centre. Press low back to floor, exhale, elbows to right knee, left leg straightens, draw low belly down, keep lifting up through the elbows. Inhale, back to centre. Hold the breath, curl up the tailbone, exhale, elbows to left knee, right leg straightens, draw low belly down, keep lifting up through the elbows, and big sigh out as you release. Good, so taking yourself a moment or two, just connect with a nice deep breath again. Finding that Ujjayi breath, if perhaps it's started to fade out slightly. We're going to move into a bridge pose from here. So, have the soles of your feet flat to the floor, heels nice and close towards your bottom. So as you stretch your fingertips down toward the backs of the heels, roughly you can just about tap the tip of your middle finger onto them. And I'll just spiral around. And take a deep breath down into your low belly. As you exhale, press down through the heels and start to lift up through the hips. So low, mid, upper back, rise away from the floor. So a couple of options here. If you're more interested in keeping the chest broad, then have the arms down by the side body and the palms facing the ceiling. If you'd like to get into your shoulders a little bit more this morning, then just Start to shuffle them underneath you a bit further, and maybe you're able to interlace the hands and press your forearms down into the mat so that lifts up through your chest a little bit more. So really big breaths here. Starting to perhaps feel the legs switching on. Imagine that you have a football between the thighs and you're squeezing into the centre line. Every inhale you can feel moving into the side rib cage, expanding your chest wide. And with your exhale, have a sense of very subtly curling under the tailbone to create a little bit more length in the low back. 2 more really big breaths here. And on your next out breath, gently start to release the hands and release the spine all the way down to the floor. Just give yourself a moment, allow the back to settle. And then gently roll yourself over to the left side and make your way up onto your hands and knees. So we'll have the hands directly underneath the shoulders, the knees directly underneath the hips. And from here we'll come into downward facing dog. So if you're not sure, curl under the toes and just start to hover the knees a couple of inches away from the floor. And then from there the bottom reaches high, the heels stretch down to the floor. And you want to take the head through the arms as though you're trying to press your chest onto your thighs. So if your hamstrings are very tight and you're very rounded through the upper back, soften into the knees. You can bend them nice and deeply and then press the chest through. You might want to even take a couple of moments here to pedal out through the legs. You're just starting to open up into your hamstrings, into your calves. And again, see if you can close the eyes and just start to move in time with your breath. So every aspect of this practice begins to resemble a moving meditation rather than just a sequence of poses on your mat. Well done. Start to find your way to stillness from here. On an inhale, soften into your knees, look to the hands and just walk the feet to the hands to find a forward fold. You can take as many steps as you need. Ensure that you have a softness in the knees so that your torso and thighs are connected. Relax the neck and let the head hang down. Choosing your favourite forward fold here this morning. So you can have the hands alongside the feet, you can have them dangling to the floor. If you want to make it more active, maybe you're wrapping the arms around the backs of the calves. Or if you want to get into the shoulders, interlace the hands behind you and then send the arms up and over the head like you want to tap your thumbs down to the floor in front. So a couple of nice deep breaths here. Thinking about what's going on in the feet. So you're pressing through the outer edges of the feet and lifting up through the arches. And as soon as we start to lift the arches, we're lifting up through the inner seams of the legs, and also connecting the top pelvic floor muscles as well. And that deep breath is also going to help us to connect in with our pelvic floor and our intrinsic core muscles. So beginning to release whichever arm placement that you had, take a deep inhale and then exhale, draw belly button to spine and take a spinal roll all the way up to standing. Your shoulders draw back and together as you reach the top. And you're finding Tadasana at the top of the mat, mountain pose. So step the feet together, turn your palms to face straight ahead. And really feel like you're lengthening up through the crown of the head. On your next breath in, stretch the arms high and take your gaze up toward your thumbs. As you breathe out, soften into your knees and forward fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the chest into flat back. The fingertips might be on the floor, the hands could be on the shins. And then exhale, take the hands down to the floor once more. Forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms to sky, look up. And then exhale, arms down by the side body to find Tadasana. Good, so moving with our breath. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, soften into the knees, forward folding. Breathing into flat back, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Exhale, look to your belly button as you fold. Breathing in, stretching the arms high, look up. And breathing out, bringing the arms down by the side body. Good. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold. Inhale, hands to shins, lift the chest. Exhale, again get both hands down onto the floor, so you might need to bend your knees a little bit further this time. And step just your left foot to the back of the mat for warrior one. So the left toes are turning out slightly, right toes point straight ahead. Bend into the front knee and then inhale to reach the arms up either side of the ears. So from here, just checking in with how you're feeling this morning in the hips. If maybe there's a bit of tightness and you're a little bit more like this, I'd like you to step your back foot just slightly wider. So as you do that, you can draw the outer left hip a bit further forwards. So like you're trying to square both of your hips to the space in front of you. Good. As you sink lower into the front knee, press into the back heel. So the back leg is really working, it's very straight and strong. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Lower the hands either side of your front foot. We'll come into a little half standing split from here. So walk the fingertips a little bit further forwards and lift your left heel away from the floor. So roughly, if possible, lining your left heel up with the left hip. And then try to roll that outer left hip down toward the floor. You're really trying to keep the hips as square to the mat as you can. Back leg is really, really straight and strong if you can, so you're reaching through the heel as much as possible. Good. 2 more really big breaths into the back of your right leg. And then gently allow your left foot to come alongside the right. Bring your fingertips onto your hips and then breathe until they'll come all the way back up to the top. Okay, let's take that to the second side. So breathing in, stretching the arms up. Breathing out, soften the knees and forward fold. This time the right foot steps back behind us. Warrior one. So the right toes are turning out slightly, left toes point straight ahead. Inhale, arms up. So take a moment or two just to set up through the feet. Again, you want both hip points to be facing straight forward. So maybe you're just widening your stance slightly. And then sinking down into the left knee and drawing the outer right hip forwards. Good. So just notice what's going on in the tailbone here. So you want to curl the tailbone under, create as much length to the low spine as you can. And also notice whether the ribs are flaring out slightly. So there's a sense good of drawing the rib cage in to create a really nice compact torso. Really good. As you breathe out, lower the hands down either side of front foot. And then creep those fingertips a little bit further forwards for your half standing split. So you're lifting the right heel up in line with the hip, trying to roll the outer right hip down toward the floor. The back leg is really, really strong and straight. So you're stretching through your right heel like you want to tap it onto the wall behind you. So you want to be almost so confident that your low back is level that you could quite easily rest a cup of tea on the low back and it wouldn't spill. Couple more big breaths into the back of your left leg. done. And then gently lower the right foot alongside the left. Soften into the knees, fingertips to your hips, gently rising all the way up to the top with control. Well done. Find Tadasana, bring the feet together and bring the palms of the hands to face forwards. Big breath in through the nose. Cleansing exhale through the mouth. Good. Let's take it into a little balance today. So let's have our right leg as our standing leg here. Come onto the ball of the left foot and start to draw in through the belly. Notice if you naturally kind of sink into the right hip and let it move to the side. Think about really engaging these outer hip muscles so you're drawing in and up. Now from here, starting to lift the left knee to around the height of your hip and pause there. So a couple of options here. Right hand comes to the outer edge of the left knee, option 1. Option 2 is that you take hold of the outer edge of the left foot with the right hand. And you could start to stretch the foot forwards here, if that feels comfortable for you. Don't worry about having the legs super straight, it doesn't need to be completely straight. So let's start to twist through the torso toward the left side and stretch through the left fingertips. Opening up through the chest and breathing nice and deeply. So try to fixate your gaze on one spot in front of you here. If the gaze is moving all over the place, then you'll find that you'll feel slightly wobblier and it might be a bit more difficult to concentrate. So last big breath in. Exhale, come back to centre. Fingertips to hips, let's stretch the left leg out into space and just hold it there. So nice big breaths, holding it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down. Well done. Let's take that to the second side. So coming onto the ball of the right foot this time, lifting the knee up to the height of the hip. Left hand to right knee, or taking your hand to the outer edge of the right foot, really lengthening up tall. And if you have hold of the outer edge of the foot, start to kick your heel forwards and stretch the right arm out behind you. So twisting, turning through the torso if you can. Breathing nice and deeply. So remember, you're trying to keep your gaze nice and steady and trying to keep your breath nice and steady here as well. Good. Inhale, come back to centre. Fingertips to hips, stretching the right leg out in front, point the toes or flex the foot, really drawing up through the thigh, holding it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering the foot to floor. Well done. Find Tadasana, turn the palms forwards, cleansing breath in, big breath out, let it go, well done. Okay, inhale, stretch the arms above the head and look up. Exhale, soften into the knees, fold yourself forwards. Again, get your fingertips or your hands onto the floor and step your left foot back so you're in like a runner's lunge stance. So the left toes are toward the back of the mat, the toes of the back foot are tucked, and you want the right knee to stack directly over the top of the right ankle if you can. Have a sense that you're pressing the mat away with the right heel and stretching through the left. Big breath in. Exhale, press through the heel and lift up through the arms. High lunge. Good. Soften into the back knee, drawing in through the belly. And try and see if you can curl your tailbone under a little bit further. So really good posture for strengthening the legs here. Feel the inner thighs squeezing into the centre line. Let's move into Warrior 2. Ground the back heel down to the floor and split the arms so they're roughly in line with the shoulders. Turning your gaze to the right fingertips as you sit nice and low into the front knee. So if you're not sure about your stance in Warrior 2, you want roughly your wrists to stack over top of your ankles And so that makes the stance nice and long. And as you gaze down toward that front knee, try to ensure that it's not sinking into the centre line. It should be lining up with the second or third toe roughly. So you get this little external rotation through the front thigh. There's a sense of pressing through the outer edge of the front foot. Flip your right palm to the ceiling, reach forward, and reverse your warrior. Right arm comes alongside the ear. Let the left fingertips either dangle down to the back foot, or you could wrap your hand around to hold your waistband and reach for the top of the right hip. As you inhale, there's that sense of stretching up through the right hand. As you exhale, maybe you're sinking just slightly deeper into the front knee, opening up into the side body that little bit more. Let's move to triangle from here. So as you breathe in, straighten the front leg. Keep that length through the side waist as you take the back of your right hand to your right shin, and lifting the left arm up alongside you. So gazing perhaps up toward the left thumb if that feels okay for the neck today. Otherwise, looking forward or down. Feel like you're trying to press your hips forward into space and lean the upper body back here. So you're bringing the spine into one plane. Nice deep breaths. Really taking a moment to notice where the mind is, where the thoughts are this morning. See if you can keep drawing yourself back to your breath, back to your ujjayi breath if possible. Well done, take your gaze down to the floor. Soften into the front knee as you lift up to the top. Place your hands onto your hips and we'll step to the top of the mat. As many steps as you need to take to get there. And find Tadasana, turn the palms forwards. Big breath in. Cleansing exhale. Well done. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, soften your knees, forward fold. So get the hands flat to the floor here or be on your fingertips. This time the right foot steps back into that runner's lunge stance. So you're on the ball of the back foot. You're pressing strongly through the front heel. And the left knee stacks directly over top of left ankle. Inhale, stretch the arms above the head. Exhale, soften into the back knee slightly, draw in through the belly and curl under the tailbone. Keep soft through the shoulders. You're really using the strength of your back leg to sustain you here. Warrior two, ground the back heel to the floor, open up through the arms. Lining your fingertips up with the shoulders, sinking nice and deeply into the front knee. So again, perhaps there's a moment here just to check in on the width of your stance. Make sure that your ankles stack over, your wrists stack over your ankles. And again, you're pressing gently into the outer edge of the front foot to create that external rotation through the front thigh. Turning your gaze toward your fingertips here. Breathing super deeply into the legs. Two more big breaths. As you next inhale, flip the left palm to sky, reach forwards, reverse warrior. Left arm alongside the ear, right fingertips reaching toward the outer edge of the back foot. Maybe you're holding onto waistband with that right hand, maybe you're wrapping it around if you prefer. So try to make sure that you're not leaning forwards or leaning back through the torso. You're finding a stretch through the side body. So as you inhale, it's a sense of stretching up through the left hand. And as you exhale, you're sinking a little bit deeper into the front knee to open up through the side body that little bit more. Good, let's come into triangle, straightening the front leg and revolving the arms around. So back of the left hand comes to the shin and the right fingertips reach up toward the ceiling. Don't worry about getting the left hand down to the floor. Think more about stretching up through the right hand and turning your chest to open toward the ceiling. In that way, we're really using our intrinsic core muscles to sustain us, rather than worrying about dumping our weight down toward the ground and closing down the space through the hips. Well done. Let's gently look down, spiral the hands either side of front foot this time. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Lower both knees down to the mat. Take them a good mat width apart, big toes together, and then start to sit onto the heels, child's pose. So forehead coming down to the floor, but if it doesn't naturally get there, just hold the hands one on top of the other, and then rest the forehead down. Taking a couple of nice deep breaths in child's pose here. Try to ensure that the neck is relaxed. Close the eyes. And child's pose is one of my favourites just to sit and breathe in, because you can really feel the movement of the breath through the body. So as you inhale, maybe there's a sense that you can feel your tummy expanding onto the thighs. And as you exhale, you feel that softening back into the centre line. Well done. When you're ready, just sit the bottom back onto the heels, coming up into seated position this way. If this doesn't feel comfortable, just come into a comfortable seat for a couple of moments. So this morning we'll take it into camel pose, which is a fairly deep back bend. So be really careful if you have any issues with your back. Make sure that you're perhaps just staying with the first or second option here. You don't have to take it all the way to the maximum expression of the posture. Alright? So and in fact, the other thing to say is that if knees aren't feeling great today, you can come back into bridge pose that we did at the start of the class, where you're on the floor and you're lifting up through the chest. Alright? So otherwise, let's come up onto the knees. And we want the knees to be directly underneath the hips, and there needs to be about hip distance apart. So I'll come sideways on so that you can see. And particularly if you're newer to this posture, or if you have any issues with your low back, then curl the toes under here is my recommendation. If you're used to working with the tops of the feet to the floor, feel free to come into that variation straight away. We'll bring the hands onto the bottom, and this is to help us to remember to keep the bottom switched on. So start to squeeze the glutes here, and feel like your hips are pressing forward into space. Take a big breath in, lift your shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale, roll them down and back to open up through your chest a little bit more. As you breathe in, think about lifting up through the heart space, and as you breathe out, think about sending your hips further forwards. Okay, so this might be option one, staying with this today. If you want to come slightly deeper, you could walk your hands down the backs of the thighs, maybe holding on here. Everything feels alright for you, you could even start to reach back and hold on to the heels. So try not to dump into the low back. You shouldn't have your bottom back toward the heels. You should be pressing through the hips, opening up through the front body. And if you want to maybe look up to the ceiling, or if the neck is feeling okay, you can drop the gaze back and look toward the wall behind you. So nice deep breaths, feeling the bottom switched on, feeling the belly switched on, pressing the hips forward into space. Well done, and then gently touch into chest. Start to walk the hands back up to the starting position, and then sit back onto the heels or find your way into a comfortable seated position for a moment. Place your hands onto the tops of the thighs. Have a sense that you're almost pressing the thighs away and lengthening up through the spine. So just take a moment to neutralise here. Belly button draws in, close the eyes. Allow the breath to move back to perhaps a more natural rate. Often when we come into deep back bends, it can force us to panic slightly because it's quite an unnatural way for our body to move. And when that happens, we get this surge of energy, this surge of prana. So it's sometimes quite nice to just take a moment to settle and to allow everything just to come back to neutral. Let's take one more round. So coming up onto the knees again, splitting them hip distance apart. And again here you might want to tuck under the toes. This round I'll take tops of the feet to the floor. So hands on the bottom, switching the glutes off, pressing the hips forward into space. Big breath in, left up through the chest. Big breath out, starting to lean the upper body back as the hips go forwards. Most important thing here is hips are pressing toward the space in front of you. And maybe you're walking your hands down the backs of the thighs, maybe you're reaching for the top of the heels, and eventually taking the gaze toward the wall behind you if that feels okay for you. So really big breaths here. If there's any discomfort in low back, then just ease yourself out, come back to the first or second stage, hands on bottom or hands on the back of the legs. Good, touch into chest, slowly coming up, and then sit the bottom onto the heels, or coming into a comfortable seat. And again, just press the hands into the tops of the thighs, lengthen up through the crown, close the eyes and just take a moment. So allowing everything to settle, allowing the breath to return to a more natural rhythm. And then gently flipping your eyes open. Okay. So after back bending, it's always advisable just to do some form of core work so that we're protecting the low back and strengthening it. So just sit the bottom to one side and take the feet out in front. I'm going to work through a couple of boat pose variations today. So make sure that you've got enough space behind you so if you need to roll onto your back, you wouldn't hit your head on the wall behind you or something like that. So hands behind the thighs to begin. Inner thighs squeezing in, just gently lift the heels away from the floor. So roughly the heels line up with the knees. And then stretch the fingertips out in front if you comfortably can. Now if you want to take this deeper today, you could extend out through the legs, but if you do that and you collapse in the upper body, then it's probably better to keep the knees bent. So there's this sense of squeezing knees and thighs together. Maybe you're flexing the feet, maybe you're pointing them. Nice, deep breaths in. So really getting the hip flexors to work by squeezing knees to chest as well as squeezing chest to knees. Good. And from here we'll take hold of either our toes or our ankles, so see what feels more comfortable for you to reach for. If you're taking hold of the toes, first two fingers and thumbs wrap around, and then maybe you're pressing the toes into the thumbs, lengthening through the back body a little bit more. And if it's accessible for you to straighten the legs here, you're very welcome. Deep breaths in, and deep breaths out. Good. Let's take the legs wider into a bit of a straddle position. And again, try not to collapse through the upper back. Think about maybe even bending into the elbows as you draw your feet and thighs closer to you. Nice deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Well done. Now keep the legs exactly as they are and let go of the feet. Good. Really working into that intrinsic core now. So squeezing in the belly, reaching through the toes, reaching through the fingers. For 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet together. Low boat, don't quite let upper back touch down to the floor. Keep squeezing in the tummy. Imagine you're doing backstroke feet up and down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Come all the way down. Big sigh out, let it go. Really good work, well done. Draw both knees into your chest. Give them a little hug and just rock them side to side, very gently. And we'll come into a gentle twist from here. So reaching the arms alongside you and dropping the knees toward the body. And they don't have to touch all the way down to the floor. So don't worry if they're hovering away slightly. See if you can keep the back of your left shoulder grounded. Good, breathe in, come back up to the centre. And then breathe out, knees to left. Maybe you're looking to the right hand. Perhaps you're just pressing the back of the right shoulder into the floor. Breathing in, coming back to centre. Hug the knees, the thighs towards you once more. Curl the bones up to the knees this time. So you're rounding into a teeny tiny ball and squeeze everything in. So feel that your legs, your arms, your belly, your face, everything is engaged. Squeezing in. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, let it all fall out. So lying flat on your back, maybe the arms coming wide, maybe the legs are outstretched. And we'll start to make our way into final Shavasana, relaxation. So if you have any layers that you want to pop on, socks, jumpers, or blankets, anything like that, then just take a few moments here to get yourself really comfortable and really settled. So, coming into the most comfortable position for you, lying down on your back. If it's the case that today you've got a little bit of an achy low back, then you might want to take the soles of your feet in that width and the knees knocking towards one another. If it helps you feel more connected with the breath, you're always welcome to take the hand onto your heart and into your belly. Let's see what works best for you. Keep your eyes closed, just starting to draw the attention inwards again. Just take a little moment here to acknowledge our intention for the practice this morning. And sense that you're channeling the energy that you created in your practice into your intention. And then allowing your focus to return solely to your breath. So just observing your inhales, lifting into your chest, and feeling your exhale softening to your belly. And as we draw our focus onto the movement of our breath, allowing the mind to become slightly clearer, maybe the thoughts to move a little slower. Regardless of what's going on for you this morning mentally and emotionally, just acknowledge that for these final few moments of this practice, there is absolutely nothing else for you to do. There is nowhere else for you to be. Enjoy these moments where you can completely relax. today to enjoy a longer Shavasana, then please feel free to stay exactly as you are for however long you have. Otherwise, let's just start to bring a little bit of movement back into the body. So you might want to start with wiggling your fingers and then your toes. And then you may want to take a nice full body stretch by reaching the arms overhead, lengthening the legs away. And when it feels right for you, exhale, hug your knees into your chest and rock yourself to one side and just pause there. So just taking a moment or two in a fetal position. Acknowledge the hard work that you put into your practice today. And whenever you're ready, come to a comfortable seated position. Take the hands to prayer position at your heart center, bow your chin towards your chest. And we'll close our practice this morning with the sound of Om. So when you're ready, breathing in through the nose. Take a moment for that vibration to settle in. And bringing your prayer hands up to the space between your eyebrows, lengthening up nice and deep. Peace in your thoughts. In your prayer hands in front of your lips. Peace in your words and in front of your heart. Peace in your actions. Namaste everybody. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again on the live stream and on YouTube very soon.